one of the things in your Sound Girls profile here that popped out at me was the fact that you passed out at your first gig.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So we're gonna talk about that. Can't let that go. Sorry.
Oh, it's a good story.
It's a great story.
It's so funny.
You're so it's so funny. You're so amped up and anxious that you just fall over onto the console.
It was our, my first sound reinforcement class. And we had there's this little cafe on campus that you had to work in like once every 2 weeks or something. And the first night working was a writer's night for the College of Music Business. And it happened to be like the most important one of the semester. And they had a guest writer that night that happened to be Stephen Curtis Chapman, which I don't know if you're familiar with him. No. He's a like big time contemporary Christian artist, which when you go to a Christian university, it's a really big deal. Like, which I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm not very big into the Christian music scene, but I know his name well enough to know like there's going to be a lot of people here. And then someone says, oh yeah, the dean of the college is going to be here as well. And I'm like, okay, great. So not only is there like the like top CCM artist of the decade is going to be here, but the dean of the college is going to be here also. No pressure. And I've never done like anything before like this. And there's going to be about probably 300 people in this room. Cool. Great. So we're setting up and I'm just amped to the max. And we set everything up.
You're going to do front of house? That's your deal?
It's front of house and monitors from front of house. It's all just off this little like Midas Venice, like total, intro. Like it's great. I mean, it's perfect for learning. And the show's going off fine. And it's me and one other person from my class. And then our supervisor is this kid from the advanced class. And he's just hanging out behind us. And I'm sitting there on the board. And next thing I know, I'm like, I don't feel good. And I just go face first into the console and then back. And I knocked one of the faders off with my face too. Like one of the faders just went flying. And I don't know if that console's still there, but I think there's a little like nick on it from where like I hit my tooth on the console. Wow. And he's just sitting there like, I don't like and he didn't know what to do. Like, he's like, I think you need to go like to the nurse. And I like come to, and I'm like, I think I'm fine. Like, I just sit in the chair and kind of wait it out, let the other kid mix for the rest of the show. And then we load out and everything was fine. I think it was just nerves. I don't know if I locked my knees but it was just.
Oh my God. I have to say in 180 plus episodes, you may be the first person who's copped to passing out and slamming their face into a console.
I will own up to that story till the day I die.
I love that because out of 180 episodes, I'm sure somebody out there has passed out on their console, but you are the first, my friend, who's out of yourself. I can be number one. Yes. I love that. I love that. But what I also love about the story that you talk about in your Sound Girls thing again, that I've now referenced 9 times. If you have not read Rachel's little profile thing in Sound Girls, you should go check it out. Is that you didn't let it stop you. You didn't like freak out, get super embarrassed, and like, and I better not do this. I'm going to crawl back into a hole and do nothing. You were like, I can go face this and get done and build up the confidence. And that's exactly what you did. And I feel like that also speaks to your, your idea to keep growing and keep learning and keep setting goals for yourself to keep improving.
Yeah, I think that's a really big thing. And it's been a tough thing to kind of force myself through, over the years, because it was really embarrassing. And, definitely.
You're that girl who passed out on the console.
I don't think I could like face that guy that was our like supervisor ever again. Cause I was just like, oh, this is super embarrassing.
Yeah, that must've been rough.
But, and I've had my fair share of other embarrassing moments, but I feel like,
oh, wait, whoa, we got to share a couple of those.
Nah, I've already got one out. Like, I think one's good for.
You're good for now?
I think I'm good,
All right. Okay. Right. If you ever want to share, Rachel, we're here for you.
Thank you. But I feel like I don't think anything can really maybe I got the worst one out of the way. So nothing can really, be any worse. I'm sure something can be worse than that, but it was a good learning experience of like, if that's not going to stop me, then not much is. So
that's tremendous.